Hm.
That's fine,
Ich lasse den erst
We'll
mal.
talk later. I hope you piece together your memories.
Komisch, was macht
I'll
der
leave
da?
him be for now.
Alle Leute hier einfach komisch sind. So, wir könnten jetzt noch mal... Hier ist ja der Fluss. Stimmt, wir können mal kurz zum Fluss. Oh, ein Hund. Ja, ein Feini. Ein Feini.
Hey, boy.
Bist ein Feini. Wo ist der jetzt hingelaufen? Da ist dieser Typ.
Hello, dear.
Good day.
Sydney, must you be so unruly? Run along home now, won't you?
I believe we've met.
Miss Thomasina Bateman, the famous antiquarian.
My reputation precedes me.
I can assure you it does.
And you are?
James.
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
A fine gentleman. Now that is someone who can...
Ist das, der redet von sich
Do you know
selbst.
him personally?
No, I don't think anyone can really claim that. But what a tiring subject. Shall we discuss something a little more exciting?
Über den
Is
Hund.
that your dog?
Yes, his name is Sydney. Quite the excitable pup. Don't mind his bark. The little fellow wouldn't hurt a fly.
Do you know of Hobb's Barrow?
I'd like to know more about you, Thomasina. At what time do you like to rise in the morning? How do you like your tea? What makes you happy?
He's asking too many questions. A little flirting doesn't hurt.
Late, with 3 spoons of sugar and spending time with my husband.
Ey, Kabauz.
I sense no truth in your words. Are you a woman of dubious principles, Thomasina?
You ask
Ich mag
too many
dich einfach
questions.
nicht, Junge.
Do you know Leonard Shoulder?
A man of Bewley?
Yes.
I care not for the men of Bewley. Only for the visitors.
What do you make of this stone?
It looks antique. You might want to keep a hold of it.
What are you painting?
A new world.
Quite the ambition.
Indeed, my ambition knows no bounds.
Can I see it?
Not yet. It's not finished.
Er malt bestimmt was total
The world
Verstörendes.
is not complete without you in it.
You flatter me, James.
Nonsense. Say you'll let me paint you.
Oh.
I haven't even seen your work. What if you can't paint?
Ich mag ihn
Don't fret,
nicht.
my dear. You shall be the shining star of my new
Oh,
world. When the time
mein
comes,
Gott.
I shall call on thee.
Are you a painter?
You see this beck before you. Look at the water. See how it tumbles and falls. I seek one spot on which my eyes can rest. Be it a stone or a small corner of the current, I meet it with my gaze. And out of the tumbling and falling, a new land rises. I see a new world.
You certainly have the eloquence of an artist. Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
Naja, hoffentlich nicht. Der Typ, okay, ist vielleicht doch nicht der Lord. Der Hund. Mal gucken, ob hier schon begonnen hat. Nee. Gucken, ob hier schon aufgebaut ist. Ah, der Schmied ist da.
Good day.
Hey up.
I say, good day, sir. Stuck knife.
Having some trouble extricating a knife from a table in the plough and furrow. Might I borrow a pair of pliers?
A knife, you say? I can get that out for you.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Crozier.
Think nothing of it. Wait here.
Eigentlich hätte ich das ja gerne selber gemacht.
That were a struggle. Here you are.
Yes, wir haben ein Messer. Messer kann man immer gebrauchen.
Are you familiar with any local folklore?
Oh, aye. The old cobbler used to tell me some right stories. Swore he sold a pair of boots to a goblin when he were a young man.
A goblin, you say? I take it this cobbler was a regular at the Plough and Furrow?
Never drank a day in his life. Sober as a judge. Have you been to the Devil's Toe?
Yes, I'm familiar with the cairn.
Some say they've seen the goblin's daughter there, playing her fiddle. Can't say I've seen her myself, mind.
Doch, wir haben da schon mal eine komische Gestalt gesehen, falls ihr euch erinnert, als wir mit dem Pater da lang gegangen sind.
Do you know any other stories about this goblin?
I don't have the time to be standing here gossiping about old wives' tales.
Apologies. What do you make of this stone?
Don't look like out to me.
Look at this, Mr. Crozier. It's my father's journal.
Oh, aye?
Guck mal, ist das von meinem Vater?
Did you slip it under my door last night?
Ha! Have you gone daft? Why would I have your father's journal?
Never mind. Did the sketches inside mean anything to you?
Looks like a load of rubbish to me.
I found out my father visited Bewley 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
I would have been just a lad. What were he here for?
That's what I intend to find out. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Schon alles irgendwie diese bedrückte Stimmung, der war auch da und seitdem ist er halt, ja, in diesem Schwebezustand zwischen tot und lebendig. Der andere hat sich umgebracht vor Wahnsinn. Man will natürlich schon wissen, was sie gesehen haben, aber eigentlich wäre rational gesagt, ja okay, 2 Leute haben da irgendwas gemacht und sind tot und fast tot. Lass es sein. Aber die menschliche Neugier sagt einfach, fuck, ich will auch wissen, was da ist. Hey, wir haben das Messer jetzt raus. Da kann ich jetzt Leute abstechen. Und wir haben hier einen Resin-Klumpen.
Mr. Crozier is our King Arthur, it would seem.
I don't think Stanley would be interested in that.
Ein Klumpen Resin.
I've had some rather unbelievable news, Stanley.
Oh? Remarkable.
Quite the coincidence, is it not?
Remarkable. Just remarkable.
Do you recall my father from back then?
I'm afraid not. Those were my droving days, you see. I didn't spend much time in Bewley, but an interesting turn of events nonetheless.
What do you know of Mother Mildred?
I'll tell you what I know about Mother Mildred. She wants locking up.
How so?
She owes me a small fortune on her tab from years ago. Do remind her next time you see her, won't you?
I'd rather not get involved, if you don't mind.
Be careful who you trust, Miss Bateman.
Who is Miss Tompkins?
A housemaid in the employ of Panswick Manor. She comes by to pick up his lordship's weekly paper.
I'm surprised newspapers are available in Bewley.
Aye, his lordship gets what he wants.
Are you familiar with any local folklore?
Nothing comes to mind. Well, when I were a wee boy, there were talk of a goblin. They say he lived inside Hob's Barrow, hence the name, Hob's Barrow. Hob, coming from hobgoblin, of course.
Ah, Hobgoblins.
Fortunately, I don't remember anything else about it.
I was told not to believe in such
Den wir
fairy
im
tales,
Traum
Stanley.
gesehen haben, sah
Don't
auch
close your
goblinmäßig
mind to
aus.
such things, lass. I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you more.
Perhaps, if I ever meet him. Lord Panswick likes to keep up with affairs from outside of Bewley.
Aye, he has many interests around the country.
What sort of interests?
His lordship's affairs are his own business.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Also ich hätte jetzt noch anzubieten, mit der Zicke zu reden. Nee, wir gehen nochmal mit dem Farmer sprechen. Mr. Long, sind Sie zu Hause? Mr. Long, sind Sie
Mr. Long
zugegen?
mustn't be in.
der Pater hier nicht mehr ist, dann müsste doch eigentlich jetzt seine Sitzung gestartet haben, aber da ist niemand. Da ist keiner. Die Goblin-Frau läuft wieder weg, war so klar.
Excuse me, sir.
Das ist er.
Yes?
Did you see a young girl with blonde hair pass by here?
No, lass. Here you are. Are you Thomasina Bateman?
Das ist doch der Dings.
No, why do you ask?
Oh, I'm rather desperate to find her. I invited her all the way out here only to let her down.
Are you Mr. Shoulder?
I am.
Heavens! I'd given up on finding you.
Sorry, I don't follow.
Apologies, I'm not sure why I lied. I am Thomasina Bateman.
Oh, how marvelous. Please take a seat, Miss Bateman. We have much to discuss.
You've proven to be quite the enigma, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm mortified. I offer you 1,000 apologies. You see, I've been bound to me bed these past few days with a terrible fever.
How dreadful. I take it you're feeling better now?
Aye. I were on me way to find you when I stopped here to catch me breath. I've not much go in me these days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I were worried you'd have given up on me and left town.
I had no idea what had become of you, Mr. Shoulder. I spent a good amount of time pounding on your front door.
I'm embarrassed. I really am. I've been doing my best to sleep through the fever. I am so very sorry. Please accept my apology, Miss Bateman.
Fine, Mr. Shoulder. I've come all this way. Let us speak of the business at hand.
Marvelous.
I've just learned that my father was part of a previous excavation of Hobb's Barrow some 25 years ago. Why didn't you mention this in your letter?
What? Where did you hear that?
I have my means.
I swear, Miss Bateman, I had no idea.
I take it you will also deny delivering me my father's journal?
I'm confused. What journal?
My father's journal was slipped under my door at the Plough and Furrow. It wasn't you who did this.
I've been bound to me bed last.
Ja, ja. Und sie sind auch nicht aus der Gasse davon gelaufen.
You are following in your father's
Ich trau dir kein bisschen.
Seems so, Mr.
Hast auch
Shoulder.
nicht deinen Handschuh da verloren. Hast auch nicht die Hintertür blockiert.
Is this your glove?
I've been looking all over for that. Where did you find it?
In the alley behind the Plough and Furrow on the night of my arrival. Were you there?
As I say, I've been bedbound for several
Du
days, Miss
Scheiße, Junge.
How odd.
Can I please have it back?
Here.
Thank you.
What do you make of this strange stone?
Trau dem keinen Meter weit.
Another cockerel?
Yes, it was strapped to my father's journal. Do you think it could have something to do with the previous excavation?
Possibly, though I'm not aware of the motif having any meaning around these parts.
This is my father's journal.
Incredible. Can I look inside?
You may.
Look at these drawings. Wonder what it all means.
You and I both. It all feels very out of character for my father.
I'm sure you'll find the answers beneath the soil, Miss Bateman.
What can you tell me about the previous excavation of Hobb's Barrow?
Oh, it were 25 years ago, or thereabout. Back then, Bewley were undergoing a period of great strife. Samuel Bryden hadn't harvested a single crop for 2 seasons. Even Hernwood was sick. Berries went to rot almost as quickly as they grew. Folks started to believe the ground were blighted. Disease spread through the livestock too. People were going hungry, a panic set in.
That sounds terrible.
Aye, but I managed to keep myself fed. These things happen in nature, but the blame for it all fell on Hobb's Barrow. It was long said that a goblin made his home there. A rumour took root that the goblin were not best pleased with the villagers. In revenge for some unperceived slight, the goblin placed a curse on the soil itself. The villagers believed that ridding the barrow of its lodger would put an end to it all.
Hogwash. My father would have paid no heed to such tales.
Whether it were his intent to join the excavation when coming here, I do not know. But whatever it were that Samuel Bryden and those lads did inside that barrow, people say it did the trick. The crops started to grow back, and health returned to the livestock. Bewley were no longer in the grip of dark forces. You must understand, folk here are a superstitious lot. They don't want you disturbing whatever it were those lads did.
Das ist spannend, ey.
Are concerned, the problem were fixed. The thought of another excavation must be conjuring panic that you'll undo whatever it were they did.
This does explain a lot.
And it's also why I'd venture nobody around here wants you to touch the place.
Except for you.
I want to know what's there.
Surely you don't believe these tales of goblins and curses to be true?
Not at all. However, I suspect those lads did find something in the barrow. But did it have any connection to failing crops and dying livestock? No. I can assure you there's nothing to fear. Coincidence reigns supreme.
So what do you think they found?
That is for us to discover, Miss Bateman.
Who was the third man who joined my father and Mr. Bryden on the excavation?
I'm afraid I don't know. Although I'd heard about the excavation and I were intrigued by it, I mostly stayed at home during that time. The atmosphere in the village was rather too tense for my liking. And besides, the excavation were undertaken with an air of mystery about it.
Did you know my father?
I don't believe so. What's his name?
William Bateman. He was in Bewley for at least a few days, from my understanding.
I'm sorry, lass. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Are you sure you had no idea of my father's involvement in the previous excavation?
I'm quite sure. A most fascinating coincidence, but nothing more than that.
I'm starting to wonder if it's more than mere coincidence, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman, I did not take you for a credulous individual.
I'm none of the sort. I've managed to find Hobb's Barrow, but Mr. Bryden is yet to give me permission to excavate.
Is that so? Keep trying. He'll relent eventually.
Perhaps you could have a word with him.
Oh, no. A lovely young lass such as yourself has a better chance of changing his mind than a shaky old goat like me.
You told me in your letter there would be no issue gaining access to the barrow.
I didn't foresee any when I wrote to you. I'm sorry this has been more complicated than anticipated. Don't give up yet, Miss Bateman. Keep trying with Mr. Bryden.
Why did you invite me to excavate Hobb's Barrow?
I've always been curious about the colourful folklore surrounding the place. My father told me all sorts of stories about it when I was a wee fellow. Stories that some folk around here take a little too seriously, especially after those lads entered the barrow a while back.
Tell me more of this folklore you mention.
It is said that Hobb's Barrow is home to a goblin. Everyone in Bewley has some version or another of this story. But the version my father told me as a child described the barrow as a thin place. The goblin were deemed to be the guardian of this so-called thin place.
What is a thin place?
A place where one can walk between worlds, where the flesh meets the spirit world. Just superstition, of course, as you will know.
Tell me more about this goblin.
Some said he were a mischievous little mite, snatching newborn lambs and smashing windows with pebbles. Others said he were friendly, there to lend a helping hand in times of strife. The latter of which makes it all the more surprising as to why the previous excavation took place. My father's stories put the goblin in the mischievous category. Sacksnot, he called the creature. I recall one such anecdote. but Saxnot entered Bewley and ordered a pair of boots to be made by the cobbler. However, when collecting them, he insisted on paying for them with a bag of sow's teeth. The cobbler was so scared of angering the goblin that he accepted.
A colourful tale indeed, Mr. Shoulder. Has any explanation been offered for why this Saxnot cursed the soil?
Your guess is as good as mine, lass.
Tja, das ist wahrlich eine Geschichte.
I had a peculiar dream last night. I met a creature at Hobb's Barrow.
Wo vermeintlich alles wahr ist hier.
It told me it had saved my father from trouble inside Hobb's Barrow. I'll admit the coincidence of this is somewhat astounding.
A remarkable coincidence, but nothing more than that.
But there is still one thing that puzzles me. The goblin told me proof of its claims would await me in the morning. Surely enough, I awoke to find that my father's journal had appeared in my room.
Very queer indeed.
Mr. Shoulder, you invited me here, to a town I'd never heard of, only for me to discover that my own father was here 25 years before. And not only that, but that he was also embroiled in some sort of superstitious hysteria which goes against everything he ever taught me. Something is wrong here. This must be more than mere coincidence.
It's strange, I'll give you that. But please remember who you are, Miss Bateman.
How did you know about me?
I saw your interview in the Bakewell Times. A young lady travelling about the land, digging up barrows. Perfect for the job.
But why do you wish to excavate the barrow?
I want to see what those lads found in there. My curiosity has grown over the years. Now it is time for the mystery to be solved.
I must say I am rather eager to find out what's in there myself.
Ja, könnte nur halt sehr gefährlich werden.
We're peas of the same pod, Miss Bateman. I knew you wouldn't be frightened by a few old stories. It will be interesting to see what those lads found in there.
Certainly.
Thank you so very much for responding to my letter and for coming here. We have some great discoveries to make, you and I.
I sincerely hope so.
And the chance to follow in your father's footsteps. Right, time for me to shift these old bones. I'm to take me a spot of the plough and furrow. I'll be there all night should you need me assistance.
Thank you, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sorry again for giving you the runaround. I promise I am not beyond redemption. I won't let you down again. See you soon.
Hey, jetzt haben wir eine Menge gequatscht, aber er war ja auch unser Auftraggeber.
Mr. Shoulder even existed.
Ich auch. Aber da ist er. The Mystery Man Revealed. Ja, das stimmt wohl.
The day was starting to test me. The word coincidence felt insufficient to explain what was happening. It was after that first conversation with Leonard's Shoulder that I started entertaining thoughts of a truly irrational nature. What if my dream wasn't just a dream? What if it was all more than simple coincidence? What if that thing really could help my father? Good day, little one. Hello? What's this? A fiddle bow? There's no string.
Dachte nicht jemand irgendwie, Goblin sitzt auf dem Devil's Toe und spielt die Fiddle?
Would you like me to fix your bow so you can play your fiddle again? Yes?
Yes.
Hey! Most peculiar. Perhaps I can mend the bow for her. If memories of my childhood violin lessons serve me right, bowstring is made from animal hair, coated in a
Ach,
waxy
guck
resin.
mal.
The strings don't vibrate without it.
Das heißt, wir brauchen Haare von der Ziege und Resin Wax haben wir ja schon. Fiddle Bow.
No, that won't work.
Ja, okay, dann brauchen wir nur noch Haare von der Ziege. Weil sonst andere Tiere habe ich nicht gesehen, außer Huhn, aber Huhn hat Federn und keine Haare. Boah, eine Menge gelernt hier an Tag 2. Endlich Lennart getroffen. Ich dachte auch tatsächlich wie sie, dass der gar nicht existiert oder so. Das wäre eigentlich witzig gewesen, weil genau das habe ich am Anfang gesagt. Dieses ein mysteriöser Brief von einer Person, die überhaupt nicht existiert, erreicht uns und lotst uns dahin, wo unser Vater vor 25 Jahren war. Da ist er. Oh, hier ist noch ein neuer Typ.
Yes, finally. Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
No, I can't say it does.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Ist er hier?
Hello there.
Yes?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ted? Ted Cross?
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Der
Are
Kerl.
you a local, Mr. Cross?
Oh no, I'm just passing through. I'm a musician. Just myself, me guitar and me horse.
Moment mal, wo kommt der denn her? Ich dachte, die Railroad ist gesperrt.
Are you a travelling musician?
Aye. I've been playing a new song tonight. I've just finished the lyrics.
What's it about?
You'll have to come listen.
What do you make of Bewley?
Can't say that I know much about this place. I don't usually travel this far south.
I see. Have you heard of a place called Hobb's Barrow?
Can't say I have, miss. What is it?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try.
Ja, klar, klar. Ja, klar. Komischer Kerl. Meditiert er da erstmal oder was? Okay, wir brauchen... wir können mit dem Messer die Ziege abschlachten. Und dann haben wir Haare. Guck mal, in der Geschichte kam doch auch vor, der hat Schuhe bestellt bei dem Cobbler. Und hat bezahlt mit einem Sack voll Zähne.
No one here.
Wenn ich das richtig in Erinnerung habe. Ist Arthur immer noch am Nachdenken? Komisch, die haben doch gesagt, die treffen sich hier, die religiösen Spinner. Was wollten wir jetzt nochmal machen? Wir müssen... Ach ja, beim Graveyard nach oben. Under the graveyard. Oh.
Hello, Wally.
Go away! You gave the door back to my sister.
It wasn't very nice of you to bury her favourite toy, Wally.
I gave it to the fair folk, and you stole it back from them.
You don't really believe in fairies, do you? You're old enough to know better.
They're real, and thanks to you, I'm cursed.
There's no such thing as curses either, Wally.
Go away!
Ach, frag mal deinen Vater. Oh, man kann immer wieder neue Würmer da rausholen. Ich habe Angst, dass der auch stirbt. Kenneth II. Kenneth II. Du wirst ein langes, glückliches Leben haben. Oh, Wally ist weg. Kenneth II. Vielleicht kann er... Was mache ich denn mit diesen Würmern?
Mummy?
Get away from the fire, Thomasina.
What are you burning?
Nothing. Just waste. Now go inside.
Irgendwelche Aufzeichnungen vom Vater oder so.
Abrax. Mummy, what is this?
Waste. Burn it.
Sis.
Good day, Mr. Bryden.
Miss,
Hat er sich gerade erschreckt?
stop you there. I know what you're going to ask. No, I haven't changed my mind. There'll be no digging here, lass.
Mr. Bryden, allow me to explain. There has been an astonishing development this morning.
Yes?
My father was with your brother during the excavation.
Oh,
Yes, can you believe it? I had no idea he had been here.
the answer's still no, lass. I saw what happened to poor Samuel. I won't risk the same happening to anyone else.
But
That's enough now. You can feast your eyes on that hovel to your heart's content, but there'll be no digging.
Doch, weil dann brauche ich Haare